Hey, Wixman Ray here. Hope you're having a nice weekend. This is a Saturday evening over here, 6 o'clock in the evening, my time. That would mean it's about 9 o'clock out on the East Coast. So, getting close to bedtime for us old folks, I guess. Anyways, um, I got the RGB satellite loaded up here. And it's getting dark out here, so we'll show you a different perspective. But you can see out west here, most of this is just high clouds. Um, some of this, because I drove back from Salt Lake City today, this is some convective activity, but it's mostly what we call virga. So you can kind of see those kind of puffy looking clouds, kind of just the appearance of them. Um, yeah. So that's convective E, but none of that's hitting the ground. I don't know if we'll see much showing up on radar. And so these are just little disturbances going through the atmosphere. We got one here going through Colorado. That was actually over Salt Lake this morning, Salt Lake City, and I saw some, you know, Berga. So the mountains might have got some sprinkles out of it, but yeah. So that's what's going on. Out here in the west, really nothing's too significant. Some lower cloud up underneath going over the mountains in the northern Rockies. And down here, you're seeing some thunderstorms down in Mexico. That's a sign of what's going to come up into um, parts of New Mexico and Arizona tomorrow and probably into Monday too. So, but we'll take a look at that. Before the sun set out here, there were some lower clouds across Texas and Oklahoma, but no, probably not much precipitation with that. Let me switch you over to our infrared so you can see what's going on out east. So, yeah, we got this frontal system that's way off into the Atlantic. This is a cold front that kind of dips down into Florida here. And so we got some cloud cover over southern Georgia into parts of Florida. Looks like there might be some showers and thunderstorms that may be weakening down in parts of Florida. We'll take a look at our radar here in a little bit. Little clipper up here going across the Great Lakes. Maybe a little bit of precip underneath those clouds. We'll take a look at the temperatures and see if that's rain or snow. And that's about it. So yeah, this is just a lot of higher level cloud for the most part. Weak little disturbances riding through the atmosphere, but no significant weather associated with any of that. All right, guys. So yeah, I hope you had a good weekend, man. I had a really nice Friday and Saturday. I got to go to a hot springs out there in northern Utah. It's called what was that place called? Something Creek. It's in Honeyville, Utah. Beautiful area up there, like farmland and just green up there. The mountains are beautiful. Um, but yeah, now I'll probably remember the name of the hot springs. But man, it was nice. But I forgot to wear sunblock, so I got a little some bit of a sunburn. I forgot about that for March. You think about it maybe in the summertime, but the intense sun here in the springtime, you forget about it. So we're looking at Florida here. Yeah, we got some showers and thunderstorms going across. This is down near Orlando and Melbourne, and then there's some stuff over here north of Fort Myers and southern Florida. So a little bit associated with that cold front that's out there, and that's pretty obvious because you're seeing some cooler temperatures, some 60s up here, and even a 59 there in northern Florida, and then it's 70s, upper 70s in southern Florida. So definitely a cold front out there. We'll head up north. So yeah, you can see that cold front is affected, even though it's only 9:30 at night, 9:20 right actually. So I mean it's relatively cool out here in the southeast, 50s and 60s, 40s as you head up into North Carolina and Virginia, 44 around the DC area. So a little bit cool this tonight out there. So but that's probably close to normal. I don't know what the exact normal is this time of year, but probably close to normal anyways, but still nippy for March. Yeah, and then we got definitely the colder airs up here from Pennsylvania and all the entire Northeast in the 20s and 30s. A few snow showers looks like up near Syracuse. Nothing too significant though, real light, and then some stuff up near Watertown and out in the parts of the Adirondacks. Yeah, so as we head over here towards the west, some 40s out here in the Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. That's if my obs will show back up. Yeah, there you go. 40s. Looks like that. That's that clipper that was up here going over Michigan. Some light snow. Might be light snow or light rain. Not getting any surface reports. So it is pretty dry in the atmosphere. So it might be if there anything is falling, it might just be Virga. But if it does fall to the ground, it'll probably be either rain or snow. It's just above freezing there, so but nothing too significant. That's the main point there. Mainly just clouds, but you may get a flurry or a light sprinkle tonight across that area. Yeah, and then out over the plains, it starts to warm. You're seeing warmer temperatures as you're getting southerly. We call it southerly winds out here, southerly flow. Some 60s and 50s out here in the northern plains. Really not that bad. Even up International Falls is not that bad. 37. That's probably about normal for them for late March. And then across most of the plains and 50s and 60s, 70s as you get farther south into South Texas. Out in the Southwest, a little cool out here in New Mexico, 60s and 70s, but it's 7:30 at night, so the sun's setting. Still hot. We got some triple digits out there in the deserts here. Phoenix is at 93. Looks like they got a little bit of cloud cover, so some of that moisture starting to come in. They got a little bit of blowing dust, or a little dust in the air anyways at Tucson. Winds aren't too strong though. Yeah, and this is what I was telling you. This convective, this showery stuff, this is mostly Virga. I mean, if anything's going to be hitting the ground, it would be in the higher elevation, maybe some sprinkles. But the valleys, I mean, you'll see how dry it is. I mean, you got a 68 for the temperature and 19 dew points. So when you have like a 50-degree spread, even over here, it's not going to be hitting the ground. It's just going to evaporate. So, but that can induce some, gusty winds at times. So anyways, looks like up in Wyoming, same deal. So that's that little disturbance going through the atmosphere, but it's too dry for anything really to hit the ground. A little bit of winds across Wyoming, but what's new for them? They get 30, maybe 40 miles an hour, but that's about an average day out in Wyoming, especially along I-80 there. It's windy just about every day. Pretty warm out in California right before the sun's setting, so nice day. In the 80s inland, almost 90s out there. Definitely, 100 triple digits in parts of the California down here. And near the coast, we got some 60s, got the marine layer cooling it off. 70 at San Francisco. Nice day there. Wow, look at that. 80 up there. And then a little cooler up here, but relatively nice. Even across Nevada, we got 70s. Vegas is 88, so a little warm down there, but nothing too crazy. A nice day to be in Vegas, I guess. So if you want to go to the casinos or see a show and enjoy the scene there. So that's it for that. That tropical cyclone that was over Australia is pretty much gone. I'll try to find a satellite picture and see what's going on. They're not showing anything. Oops, sorry about this. I'm trying to draw. So this is our weather model. Just as a refresher, if you're new here or I keep forgetting to tell you, this is precipitation. So if you see green on this chart that I'm showing, that means it's going to be liquid like rain. Rain or rain showers, same deal. And then anything this color, this light blue, is going to be snow. So, yeah. So that's what you're looking at here. So right now, this is for through about midnight tonight. Give or take an hour or two. Looks like might be some lingering showers, maybe some thunderstorms still kind of erupting across Florida. So you may see some rumbles of that through the night. Relatively quiet across the rest of the U.S. This stuff out in Mexico will still be ongoing, but dying down a little bit. Looks like a little bit of gusty winds picking up out here across parts of the plains, but nothing too crazy strong or anything. Here's that little clipper up here. Got most of it up in Canada, so, and then a little bit up here, maybe in the mountains of the Cascades up here in Washington, but really not much to speak of. So we'll go right into Sunday. Get rid of that. So we're looking at, so this is about midday Sunday, no big changes. So we see more during the day. It looks like the moisture and activity will pick up, showers and storms across Florida. and then maybe some creeping in towards New Orleans area, that part of Louisiana. Then there might be a few little snow showers up across the far northeast, up around Maine tomorrow, but not much really to speak of. And then a little bit trying to creep into the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, it looks like they may get some rain out there in Seattle tomorrow, especially later in the day. Um, so keep an eye on that. Gosh, man, this thing keeps popping up on me. So, yeah, and then you still see that threat of some moisture, a little disturbance coming off the Gulf, probably upper level wave or something, short wave as we call them. You see that there. We're starting to see that creeping in tomorrow there across southern Arizona. So maybe some showers and thunderstorms out in this general area tomorrow. Um, so near the border. Um, and then this area, you're starting to see a little more moisture picking up out here in the same area. They always get that precip up there. That's why it's so beautiful up here. Just like almost like a rainforest. Not quite in Idaho, but out here it's like a rainforest. But so we'll kind of go in. Man, what am I hitting? So as we go into Monday here, so we can see it looks like a little system kind of moving out of that Pacific Northwest. Maybe a little precip out in parts of northern Idaho and Montana, but mix of rain and snow, but nothing too significant. Little clipper going across Maine, maybe some rain and snow up there. Even parts of New York may see some rain showers. We still see some activity across Florida, and it starts to creep up into the southeast, so we may start seeing more showers and thunderstorms Monday across the southeast. We just got that moisture flowing in, and probably a weak little upper level disturbance or something out there. And then we see it looks like there might be a little front or something coming down through the northwest part of the country into northern California. Maybe some little bit of light precipitation with that moving into northern Nevada by Tuesday. So, but this will be, it might cool it down a little bit, but valley rain, mountain snow type setup. But it looks like we see a system developing out in the plains there on Tuesday. So that thing kind of came out of Montana and looks like some snow up near the border, way far north, and then rain farther south. Um, yeah, and it's got showers and thunderstorms drawn in here. So it looks like maybe some storms will break out. Showers and storms will break out on Tuesday evening across from roughly, I don't know, maybe into Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, near Kansas City, down through Kansas. So keep an eye out for that for Tuesday. And then some rain is, up in the northeast here. And then as we go into Tuesday night, it looks like ongoing thunderstorms into through Wednesday out, from basically Wichita, Kansas City, up into northern Illinois near Chicago, and then up into New York. So, and then the far northern edge of maybe parts of Maine may get a little bit of mixed bag. This purplish stuff is where you got like a mixture. It could either be freezing rain or ice pellets or sleet or just a rain snow mix. That's what this purplish and pinkish colors mean. But this time of year, freezing rain's less common, so probably be more of a mixture of wintry precip there. So yeah, so we see this. It looks like a little disturbance coming out of the Rockies there. Yeah, that's all that moisture we saw on Tuesday. So it's going to be some rain and snow out across um, Colorado, Utah, and Wyoming, and that'll spread into the plains, and then another system develops. Yeah, you might get a little rain and snow out here in Nebraska and Kansas. We'll see what happens on Wednesday, late Wednesday into Thursday morning on that northern edge. I'm not going to go out this far, but yeah, it looks like a nice couple storms setting up across the eastern part of the country into the plains for Tuesday into Wednesday anyway. So yeah, that looks like probably a severe producer. I'll have to look at what the outlook is here, but yeah, definitely on Wednesday night, that could be at least maybe enhanced risk. I'm just kind of educated guess on that. Then it looks like another storm out in the moving out through the Rockies and Great Basin as we move into Wednesday and Thursday. So getting a little more active again after this few days of a break there, at least for almost a week. Um, so let's see, what was I going to show you? I got to refresh my memory here. Okay, Ray. Oh yeah, this is what I want to show you. Convective outlook. Yeah, so yeah, that was that day 3. So this would be, what is today? Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So this is Monday through Monday. So yeah, it looks like they might get some stuff with that low starting to develop out there in the northern, like in the Midwest up here, northern Midwest and Wisconsin. So watch out for some thunderstorms from, northern Michigan, Wisconsin, northern Illinois, parts of Iowa. And then let's see if they're saying anything for day 4 or 5, because that's what we were looking at there. They don't have a lot of confidence yet for day 4 or 5. I would definitely keep an eye out. Definitely, probably Tuesday and Wednesday would be a threat for severe, is my guess. So keep an eye on that. The SPC hasn't bitten on it yet, but I have a feeling it could be another nice spring outbreak type situation, but we'll see. Anyways, last but not least, let's try to update this here. Whoops, I don't want that now. Let's get this. So let's do a little loop here for you and see what's going on down in Australia. Wow, where did that storm go? It's gone. So that storm that came in on Friday, that tropical cyclone, I mean, this is the latest satellite, right? Yeah, there's not much left. So it moved inland and died. This might be the leftover moisture down here somewhere. So yeah, this is a dry part of Australia out here. So that tropical cyclone came in, probably did some damage and poured down some rain and then went bye-bye. But looks like there's some leftover moisture down here. So I don't know. That might be what we're seeing out here. But yeah, so nothing too significant now. So hope you enjoyed it while you could. Doesn't look like anything impressive now. So, anyways, that's it for Wixman Ray here. Hope this helps you out in your plans. It's going to be hit and miss this week. I might get one out tomorrow and maybe Monday. We'll see. Then I'm going to be out of town probably next week. We'll see what happens. So, but oh yeah, so that place was called Crystal Springs up in Honeyville, Utah. So highly recommend it. Highly has let's get it, spit it out here. It has a really mineral rich water, really warm too. It was wonderful, and they have these little falls that kind of come off into the pool, and you can get a little massage as you're kind of laying underneath them. So highly recommend if you want to go there on spring break or any time of the year. This is a good time of year to go too. You probably don't want to go there much in the summer, but definitely in the winter time or even in spring when it's not too hot yet. Anyways, so hey, this is Wixman Ray out.